Once, in a small town surrounded by dense woods, there was an old, abandoned asylum that loomed over the landscape. The locals told tales of its dark past, cruel treatments, and restless spirits. One crisp autumn evening, a group of friends dared each other to spend the night inside. Armed with flashlights and bravado, they entered, the heavy door creaking ominously behind them. The air was stale, and a chilling silence enveloped them. As they explored the dimly lit hallways, they heard whispers echoing through the walls, but whenever they turned, nothing was there. They stumbled upon an old patient room, its walls stained and peeling. In the corner stood a dusty wheelchair, which one of the friends jokingly rolled across the room. But when it stopped, they heard a faint, sorrowful cry, like a lost child calling for help. Their laughter faded, replaced by a creeping unease. Suddenly, the temperature dropped, and shadows flickered in the corners of their eyes. One friend suggested they should leave, but another insisted they press on, wanting to prove their bravery. They climbed to the upper floor where the infamous Room 13 awaited. As they approached, the door creaked open on its own. Inside, they found old journals scattered across the floor, filled with desperate scribbles from a patient who believed she could hear voices urging her to stay. Just then, a loud bang echoed from the hallway. Heart racing, they turned to find the door swinging shut, trapping them inside. Panic set in. They pounded on the door, but it wouldn't budge. As they frantically searched for another exit, the air thickened, and the whispers grew louder, now clearly calling their names. The room felt alive with energy, the walls pulsating as if the asylum itself was awakening. In a desperate move, they decided to confront whatever haunted them. They gathered around the wheelchair, and hand in hand called out, "Who are you?" The temperature dropped even further, and a figure began to materialize, faint and flickering like a dying candle. It was a woman in a tattered gown, her eyes filled with sorrow. She pointed to the journals, and the friends realized she was trying to tell them something important. Just as they began to piece together her story, the door finally burst open, and they bolted into the hallway, not looking back. Outside, they gasped for breath, the night air refreshing after the stifling fear inside. They never spoke of that night again, but they couldn't shake the feeling that the woman had wanted to be heard, her story lingering long after they left the asylum. From that day on, the friends made a pact. They would return one day, not to confront the spirits, but to honor the ones who were lost, ensuring their stories were never forgotten. And as the townspeople whispered of strange lights and sounds coming from the asylum, they knew the restless souls were still searching, waiting for someone to listen.